This chapter is called Al-Fatihah, which can mean the opener of the book. Therefore, the prayers should begin with the recitation of this chapter. This has been advised in a hadith found in Sunan an-Nasa'i, number 910. It has been referred to as the mother of the book by none other than the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. This is mentioned in a hadith found in Sunan an-Nasa'i, number 915. In a hadith found in Sunan ibn Majah, number 3785, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, has declared Al-Fatihah to be the greatest chapter of the Holy Quran. It is a possible reason why the prayer is considered defective if this chapter is not recited in it. This is supported by a hadith found in Sunan an-Nasa'i, number 910. Some believe it is also called the mother of the book, as it contains the meaning of the entire Holy Quran. This has been mentioned in Tafseer ibn Kathir, volume 1, page 43. So in reality, whoever understands and acts on the teachings of chapter 1 Al-Fatihah has understood and acted on the whole Holy Quran. The Holy Quran consists of 7 subjects, all of which have been briefly mentioned in Al-Fatihah. The first is monotheism, meaning there is none worthy of worship except Allah, the Exalted. Al-Fatihah begins by mentioning this subject. The second subject mentioned in the Holy Quran and indicated in Al-Fatihah is prophethood. In the 6th verse of Al-Fatihah, Allah, the Exalted, mentions the path of those he has blessed. This path, which leads to paradise, is the path of the holy prophets. Blessings be upon them all. The people who have been blessed are mentioned in another verse of the Holy Quran, chapter 4, verse 69.
And whoever obeys Allah and the Messenger, those will be with the ones upon whom Allah has bestowed favor of the prophets, the steadfast affirmers of truth, the martyrs and the righteous, and excellent are those as companions.
The third subject mentioned in the Holy Quran is the worship of Allah, the Exalted, and is mentioned in verse 5 of Al-Fatihah. The fourth subject mentioned in the Holy Quran consists of promises of blessings and warnings of punishment. This subject is referenced in verse 4 of Al-Fatihah, which reminds mankind that these promises and warnings will one day be witnessed by all. The fifth subject discussed in the Holy Quran consists of stories and lessons. The lesson which is specifically mentioned in Al-Fatihah, verses 6 and 7, is how Allah, the Exalted, rewarded the pious and punished the sinners of the past nations. The sixth subject discussed in the Holy Quran mentions the elements of the day of resurrection. This is when Allah, the Exalted, will resurrect the entire creation after they have died in order to judge the deeds they performed during their lives on earth. This is indicated in verse 4 of Al-Fatihah. The seventh and final subject discussed in the Holy Quran and is summarized in Al-Fatihah consists of supplications to Allah, the Exalted. Al-Fatihah teaches mankind how to correctly supplicate to Allah, the Exalted. One should first praise and glorify Allah, the Exalted, according to his infinite status. This is best achieved by using the statements mentioned in the Holy Quran or the hadith of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. This is indicated in chapter 1, verses 2 to 3 of Al-Fatihah. Demonstrating weakness and humility is an essential part of supplication. This is shown in chapter 1, verse 5 of Al-Fatihah. The next 2 verses, 6 and 7, is the supplication itself. Asking for right guidance and refuge from the evil path is a supplication Muslims must make often, as it is the most important goal to achieve. The placing of this chapter at the beginning of the Holy Quran is a sign that Allah, the Exalted, urges mankind to recite and study the Holy Quran with the aim of discovering the right course in life, i.e., the straight path mentioned in this chapter, meaning, one should not recite and study the Holy Quran with mundane and worldly motives. Instead, they should let this chapter guide their intention in obtaining success in both worlds.